It started with birdsong, the kind of still, golden morning where the mist clings to the pines and the world feels like it's holding its breath. I was barefoot on the porch, coffee in hand, thinking about pancakes. Not about war, but then engine growl, gravel crunching where no car should be. And there she was, Karen, in her SUV polished like a trophy, rolling past my open gate like she already owned the land. I didn't plan to become a barricade. But when I slammed that gate shut, metal screaming, padlock clicking into place, I became something else. Not just a neighbor, not just a man in pajama pants. I became the last line of defense. My sign, private property, not for sale, wasn't decoration. It was a declaration. And now it was a weapon in my grip. Behind me, the cabin stood silent. My sanctuary, my fresh start. In front of me, case unfolded like a reality show gone feral. Realtors frozen mid-sentence. Investors blinking in confusion. Karen screaming from inside her caged vehicle. Voice sharp as broken glass. You can't trap me. This property is mine to show. Oh, but I could, and I just had. Phones rose like torches. Hikers on the trail stopped, grinning, filming like they'd stumbled into a gladiator pit. This wasn't just trespassing anymore. This was theater. And I was no longer the quiet guy in the woods. I was the man who said no. But this didn't start with a gate. It started 3 weeks earlier. A knock, a smile too bright to be kind. Karen on my doorstep chirping about community, sizing up my porch like she was already pricing the hardwood. I told her the truth. This cabin isn't for sale. It's where I rebuild. She smiled, nodded, walked away, humming. 2 days later, strangers showed up asking about square footage. Then came the listing. My cabin, my photos, my life posted online by her, labeled family representative, as if I were dead, as if I didn't matter. I confronted her. She laughed, said she was gathering interest. Like my home was a rumor, like my pain was a punchline. And then the invasion began, brochures in my mailbox, surveyors creeping through my trees, flyers calling me a squatter in my own living room. She told people I was unstable, unworthy, that I was just the caretaker. All while she played the hero, saving the neighborhood from a recluse. But I wasn't hiding. I was watching. Cameras went up. Documents were gathered. Every lie, every fake listing, every trespass, I saved it. Because when someone tries to erase you, you don't shout, you prepare. Then came the foreclosure notice, my issue name and my address, my life, sold like a clearance item. That's when I realized this wasn't about real estate. It was about power, about proving she could bulldoze anyone in her way, and maybe something darker. An old-timer at the diner leaned in one day, voice low. Heard there's mineral rights under your land. Old claims, never settled. Suddenly the pieces fit. She didn't want the view. She wanted what lay beneath. In my cabin, just an obstacle in her treasure hunt. So I fought back, harder, built the gate like a fortress, printed my deed like flyers, stood on the porch with proof in one hand and fury in the other. And when she came back with investors, with suits, with a whole damn sales caravan, I let them in. Then I locked the gate. This is my home, I said, voice cutting through the panic. And every one of you is trespassing, every word, every step. It's all recorded. I read the documents aloud, deed, taxes, legal filings, truth, weaponized, phones filmed, crowds gathered. And Karen, perfect, polished Karen, snapped. You don't deserve this land, she screamed. It was promised to me. The entitlement was naked, ugly, real. And then the sirens, sheriff's cruiser, lights painting the trees red and blue. I handed over the evidence. Neighbors stepped forward, witnesses. For the first time, Karen had no script, cuffed at my gate. Miranda rights echoing through the pines. Her SUV towed like a war trophy. The investors fled. The myth collapsed. And just like that, silence returned. Now mornings are quiet again. Coffee, wind, the whisper of pine. The sign still stands. Not because I'm afraid, but because some lines should never be crossed. They call it the Karen incident now. A viral ghost story, a warning etched into local legend. Hikers stop by sometimes, ask what really happened. I just smile. This place isn't for sale, I say. Never was, never will be. She thought she could write the ending, but the land remembers who belongs. And the world was watching. So tell me, when the knock comes at your door, when the line blurs between neighbor and enemy, do you open it or do you lock the gate?